So it took about 3 weeks, sisters and brothers, but I think I'm finally unpacked from the National Scout Jamboree. A lot going on, but there's also a lot of bags and a lot of trying to figure out where to put things, going through all the uniforms and the shirts and the patches and the gear. I still can't figure out where my flashlight went. I put a flag, I don't know where it went. But of course, going through stuff like that brings up a lot of memories, not only memories of this past Jamboree, not only memories from the World Jamboree 7 years ago, but I was an adult scout leader for a very long time and had a lot of memories for that. It reminded me, sisters and brothers, of one time summer camp a long time ago. We had this young scout who had just, he was 11 years old. He had just bridged over from Webelos to Boy Scouts. He had rose up the ranks quickly. By the time he was kicked to summer camp, he was already a first-class scout. And back in those days, I'm not sure if it's true now, first-classmen could sign off on the requirements of lower-ranked scouts. And we were starting to find out, sisters and brothers, that some of our younger scouts did not have the kind of skills that we were expecting them to have. They couldn't quite tie all the knots that we were expecting, in simple square knots, bowlines, taut line hitches, clove hitches. Couldn't set up a TP fire or a council fire. Couldn't properly care for the wood tools, the knives and the saws and the axes. Couldn't use them safely. We did a little detective work, and we realized this young man was not actually testing these younger scouts before signing off. He wanted to show off his authority by just signing off on stuff without being certain those other youngsters had the skills, those scout skills we were expecting them to have, that their rank would have suggested that they had. He was abusing his authority to make himself look important. Can you imagine such a thing? To abuse one's authority just to look important. It's tough to believe, but it's not new. We heard, sisters and brothers, how God prompted prophet Isaiah to call out Shebna, the master of the palace. I will thrust you from your office and pull you down from your station. You biblical scholars know what was going on here, how Shebna was supposed to be in charge of the palace. He was supposed to be working for the king, and because he was working for the king, working for the people. But he forgot that along the way and was spending a lot of time building a tomb for himself in a prominent part of the city so he could show everybody how important he was. Some scholars suggest that he was doing that on the public dime, abusing his authority to make himself look important, to let everybody know how wonderful he was. It's difficult. And so God prompted Isaiah to proclaim that Eliakim, son of Hilkiah, would be clothed with Shebna's robe and girded with his sash and given his authority, trusting that Eliakim was not going to forget who he was working for and why he was doing that work. We hear how Simon, son of John, son of Jonah, depending on the translation, we hear how Simon, son of Jonah, asked this great question, who do you say that I am? Boldly profess you are the Christ. You know that means the anointed one, right? I know you knew that. Not only are you the Christ, you are the Son of the living God. Simon, son of Jonah, knew who he was working for and started to understand what work he was called to do. And so Jesus not only gives him authority, but gives him a new name. I say to you, you are Peter. Yes, you Greek scholars and you Latin scholars know Petros. It means rock. I call you rock. I call you Rocky. Simon Peter, for the record, as far as I know, was never a boxer in Philadelphia. Extra points for all who got that joke. Mom and Dad will explain it to you later. You are rock, and upon this rock I will build my church. Peter is given authority. He's got a job to do. And Peter, finishing up his life and his ministry in Rome as Bishop of Rome, passed that authority down to the popes, where Pope Leo currently exercises that authority. And the gates of the netherworld shall not prevail against it. But of course, sisters and brothers, we all share some level of that authority. We have some job to do in caring and witnessing the good news of Jesus Christ to the world. We all have some authority. It might just be for the Altar Society. It might be for the Knights of Columbus, huh? It might be for our own families. It might be for the goldfish. It might be just for governing ourselves. And sometimes that's enough. All pointed to proclaiming to the world that Jesus is the Christ, that Jesus is the Son of the living God. Our opportunity today, sisters and brothers, our challenge this week is to not only to grasp the faith that Peter proclaims. You are the Christ. You are the Son of the living God. And embracing that faith embraces the responsibility Christ gives us, not for our own aggrandizement, not to show how important we are, but to show everybody who Christ is, so that he may fix us like pegs in a sure spot, so we may better give thanks to his name because of his kindness and his truth. So that individually and together, the minds of the faithful, that's all us, yes, may unite in a single purpose. So that individually and together, we may appreciate just a glimpse of the depth of the riches and the wisdom and the knowledge of God. Praise be Jesus Christ.